Greetings and welcome to Wild Mouse, or should I say, Bonjour et bienvenue, Wild Mouse. I am your host Taylor Bartle, and today we are headed to Disneyland Paris. And joining me on this mission is a return guest, but for the first time flying solo. Welcome back to the show, Rob Porter.
Bienvenue or whatever you just said.
Well, that means welcome. So,
then merci.
Bonjour, I think is what you're looking
Bonjour.
for.
There we go.
Did you guys speak much French while you were over there?
I picked up merci, but I also found thanks. Also found myself saying gracias a lot because my mind just went like, you're in a foreign country. Obviously, they speak Spanish because why not? So, yeah.
So I assume you took Spanish in high school?
I did, yeah. No French. I looked at French and I was just like, none of this makes sense at all.
Yeah, it was funny because they could always kind of tell that my girlfriend was American because she didn't really have the accent. So it was like she was saying, bonjour, but it was more like bonjour. And they're like, oh, hello.
Yeah. Very strong accent.
Yeah, and I made the mistake a couple times of trying to like put it on too much. And so I'd be like, oh, bonjour. And they'd be like, oh, c'est and I'm like, whoa. Nope, American.
You sound like in Shoresy season 1 when the French Canadian broadcasters come in. And all you can hear him say is Laurence Leboeuf.
Laurence Leboeuf.
Laurence Leboeuf.
My favorite part of them is when one of the guys is putting his stick in Shoresy's face, and one of the guys just goes, "Oh, don't do that." So like I said, we're doing Disneyland Paris today. Not the whole park. We are specifically doing one ride that is exclusive to Disneyland Paris and seems to be the most popular ride there, at least when we were there. We are talking about Crush's Coaster.
Yeah, definitely the most popular in terms of wait times.
Yes. This, of course, is based on Crush, the turtle from Finding Nemo, who, rode the, the EAC? Is that what it was?
I believe so.
Yeah, what was the wait times like when you guys were there?
So we went first thing in the morning, like that was the first ride we did, and we were in line for the better part of an hour, like after the park opened. That's pretty much where everybody went. It's like 45 minutes to an hour, somewhere in that range.
Oh, actually, that's not that bad, I guess.
No.
Yeah, it was the last ride we did because we kept putting it off. And then finally we were like, okay, we've ridden everything else. Now we can wait in this line and it doesn't matter. And of course it kept breaking down the whole time we were in line.
Right.
So I think the posted wait time was 80 minutes.
Yikes.
And we ended up staying probably close to 2 hours just because, like I said, we had nothing else to do. And so we were like, well, this is the last thing on our list, so we'll just wait it out.
Yeah, and that particular park, I forget what it's called because it's the second park, but doesn't have a ton of attractions. So that's kind of the big one there. So it's worth waiting for sure.
Yeah, well, now it's called Adventure World. Which I don't know if it had changed over when you guys were there.
No, I think it was called like
Hollywood Disney Studios or something like that.
Yeah, Walt Disney Studios, Hollywood Studios, something like that.
Yeah,
but we were there. We were there like 2 months before they opened the big Frozen section.
Oh yeah,
that basically doubled the size of the park. So kind of makes sense that they would change the name.
So you didn't get to see any of that.
We saw the construction, like the cranes in the distance, but none of the rides or anything. So
I want to see the little walk around Olaf. That's mostly what I want to see there.
Yeah. It's like, darn, now we're gonna have to book a trip and go back to Europe to go to Paris. Oh no.
I don't know if my girlfriend will let me go back to Disneyland Paris. She'll be like, I want to go back to Paris, but we're not going to Disneyland.
She can do something else. You can take the train out there.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'll just go with you guys. I'll just tag along.
Hey, perfect.
So yeah, Crush's Coaster, like I said, is in Adventure World. You have to be 1.07 meters tall to ride it, whatever that translates to.
I'll do the math while you talk.
All right. According to DisneylandParis.com, which, mind you, is actually DisneylandParis.com and not DisneylandParis.disney.go.com.
Okay.
It says I just love pointing out that the official Disneyland and Disney World websites are .disney.go.com. because they bought go.com when the internet was just, fledgling, and they thought that was going to be the backbone of the internet. And for some reason that is still what their website runs on.
Yeah. 1.07 meters is 3 foot 6 inches. So 3.5 feet tall.
Okay. So that's 42 inches.
Give or take.
All right.
Or exactly.
Yeah. 42.4. So the official description says, spin, dive, and fight against the current as you get swept up in a whirlpool of adventure. Finding thrills in the deep blue sea, join Crush and friends in Worlds of Pixar, where you'll find... What's Worlds of Pixar? Was that a thing?
I think it was a thing. Here, I just saw it.
I didn't remember them having their own Pixar area.
Well, I think because that side of the park has like Toy Story and Finding Nemo and like Ratatouille are all on that side of the park. So I think they kind of...
Oh, that's a good point.
Worlds of Pixar. And Cars is in that back section too. So
their Cars land is not as good as California's.
No, but it has more fire.
That's true. It does have more fire.
So
let's see, where you'll find the beached soundstage and set of the Disney Pixar film Finding Nemo. After taking in the Sydney Harbor scenery, hop on board a turtle shell and prepare for a ride through memorable moments from the movie. Sit tight as your shell dives into the ocean and begins its incredible journey. Nemo, Squirt, and other familiar faces greet you in the Great Barrier Reef, but the serenity doesn't last for long as you're sent plunging to the deepest, darkest depths, where a sunken submarine sits surrounded by fluorescent fish, jellyfish, and voracious sharks. Danger lurks all around. However, just in the nick of time, the strong Eastern Australian current, there it is, EAC, churns you up and sends you spiraling back to Sydney Harbor to a rousing reception.
Yep, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's lengthy. I feel like the ones on the Disneyland website are just like, yeah, you go in a car and it goes fast. Vroom. Ka-chow.
Pretty much.
So, I mean, right off the bat, you immediately yelled at me and you were just like, you didn't tell me what this was.
I think I texted you like from Paris.
I think you did.
I'm upset at you right now.
I mean, I didn't know what it was either, but then again, I didn't have someone to warn me. But
right,
was it the spinning that bothered you?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. The unexpected spinning, which I should have known when I got in and realized that like it's a 4-person car shell, 4-person shell, but you sit 2 by 2, but they're back to back.
Yeah,
that's when I should have put it together. Like this is gonna spin on its axis at some point.
Yeah, you got to imagine it's not going to be like 2 people going backwards the entire time.
Right. But the way that the ride starts out, which I'm sure we'll go through, is it's kind of just like telling the story of Finding Nemo. So it's very similar to like if you've been to California Adventure, the Little Mermaid ride, where you just sit in those seashells and it's just like, here's the story. So it kind of starts like that and then unexpectedly goes off. Well, not off the rails because you stay on the rails, but you know what I mean?
Yes. So this opened June 9th, 2007, which, how old is Disneyland Paris?
It's the 90s, right? Early 90s?
That sounds about right. Yeah, I mean, it was Michael Eisner era when it opened as Euro Disney. 1992. So, okay, yeah. A little earlier than I would have thought. But
Kurt Cobain was still alive. Like, it was a different time.
Yeah, it was the wild 90s, man.
Yeah.
June 9th, 2007 is part of an expansion project in Toon Studio, an area within then Walt Disney Studios Park. It's obviously themed to Finding Nemo and named after Crush, the sea turtle. Most of the coaster is enclosed, which, like you said, we'll get into a little more, but there are like dark ride special effects, but it's also a roller coaster.
And you do go outside at least once.
Yeah, when you're in the queue, you can actually see people like whip through.
Right. Again, another indication that I should have been paying attention to.
Yeah, that's when you told me you didn't know what it was, and I'm like, you can see it from the outside. Like,
yeah. It was a different time zone. What can I say?
Yeah. You can't see it from the queue, though, because the queue goes off to the other side.
Right. But
so, like,
there's that pedestrian walkway in front where you can see people come out of the building and whip back in.
Right.
Yeah.
So this actually gets a theme for Halloween.
What?
Yeah, or at least did in 2010. It became Crush's Coaster Avis de Tempete. I don't know
Okay.
what that means. Where is my Google Translate? Translate to English. Storm warning. I don't
Okay.
know what's different about it, but apparently there's a Halloween overlay. I don't know.
Let's see if we can find anything out about it. Oh, cool. It's in French.
Of course it is. Why would you expect anything else?
It literally is just describing what Crush's Coaster is. So I don't have any idea what the overlay is.
Good.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, from the exterior, it's literally a big blue box of a building, but with like a design on the front to look like an ocean, and like we said, you see people come out and whip back in, and it's obviously very since it's Finding Nemo themed, it's all very nautical.
Mm-hmm. Like in line, you're almost like you're at like a beach side. There's like signs that say Sydney this way, and there's like nets and life preservers on the walls, that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah, and the area where you do see the people come out, it's a jagged rocks and like a shore, like I guess.
Yeah, tide pools and stuff.
Yeah, and the sign itself is not incredibly interesting. It just says like Crush's Coaster and kind of the Finding Nemo font.
Mm-hmm.
There is, I don't know if you saw this, but there is a miniature version of the ride vehicle, like just off to the left of the entrance, and it just sits there and spins. So that kind of should have been a warning right there.
Yeah. I feel like we're at the end of Sixth Sense, and I'm like, wait, he was dead the whole time? No, well, what it was I think it's because it was the first ride we went on right when it opened. So we were just like, there's the line, go jump in the line before all these people get in front of us. So I wasn't really paying too much attention. And then, like I said, going back, you start to pick up on all the clues.
Yeah. Yeah, the queue itself, like you said, there's kind of signs and nautical stuff all around, but there's really nothing to it. It's just a lot of switchbacks.
Nope. Very narrow switchbacks. I noticed anything we're in a line in Paris was about 18 inches wide. It felt like you were shoulder to shoulder with the other people.
Yeah, I mean, it clearly wasn't made for the big fat Americans.
Nope.
I remember a lot of people bailing too, because like I said, the ride kept breaking down when we were in line, and we kept moving though because people just kept leaving. So it felt like we were advancing, but really we weren't. We were still just waiting for the ride to start working again. But eventually you go inside and it kind of looks like a warehouse. There's like a big sign of Jacques the shrimp or whatever he is. The prawn, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of like docks, like warehouses on a dock.
Yeah, and there's like it's the one that says Angel's Cove, which I assume must be from the movie. I'm not huge on Finding Nemo. I've only seen it once or twice. When did the moment strike you where this is going to be a spinning ride? Somewhere in here, I'm assuming.
No, literally.
Still no.
I was on the ride. I don't know what I was not thinking. Or I might have figured it out by then, but I didn't think it was like a free spinning, like maybe I thought it was going to rotate, so you could see different things or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
You thought maybe it was going to be more like Cosmic Rewind?
Yeah, something like that. I was wrong.
So yeah, I mean, this is the first time you see, well, I guess unless you watch them outside, but
right,
you come in and you see the ride vehicles are, like you said, they're a tortoise shell, and they are back to back. So you sit two people per side, and I think I remember we got in backwards.
Yeah, we got in. Miriam and I got in backwards, and the girls were in the front, facing forwards, if I remember correctly.
Okay, yeah, I guess I didn't even think there was 4 of you. That didn't cross my mind. But yeah, so all 4 of you
Yeah.
were in the same shell. We were in a
Yep.
shell with 2 strangers.
Nice.
But so right off the bat, you start going up, and it's actually like the very beginning of the ride is when it goes outside.
Yeah, it's like right. You start and you kind of take a left turn and you go up and then out of the building and then back in pretty quick.
Yeah, so I mean, but it's funny because when you're outside watching, it looks like they go pretty fast, but they're really not going that fast because it's just the beginning of the ride.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, it feels very much like Little Mermaid or one of those kind of dark rides where you're just going through this underwater.
Right. It's like you said, it's not particularly fast. They're just like, remember Finding Nemo? Here's scenes from that movie, and you're gonna look at them while you go by in your turtle shell.
Yeah, and there's, they got the lighting to make it look like there's waves and light reflecting off water and stuff, but there's also screens that have different scenes.
Big projection screens.
Yeah, and you see Nemo and Squirt swimming around in circles, and I'm sure they say something interesting. And then, like, you go, all of a sudden it goes dark for some reason. And there's like stars on the ceiling. I don't know why it's all of a sudden night.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But then you go through a shipwreck.
Oh, it's the quote unquote the darkness of the depths.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, so you can see like the glowfish and stuff.
Oh, I don't remember the glowfish.
Neither do I, but that's what it says.
Okay. Yeah, and then you go through the shipwreck, the butt.
Yep.
Which the settings, the sets are really cool, actually.
Yeah, they're pretty spectacular what they can do with the combination of animatronics and projection and lighting and everything. Like it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the lighting, especially in this ride, is a big thing. Like I said, there's kind of the lighting to make it look like you're underwater. It gives you that wavy feeling, and then just like the lights on the shipwreck are honestly kind of creepy.
Yeah,
it feels very kind of like a haunted, like the Queen Mary, like a haunted shipwreck, or it just in the bowels of a haunted ship.
I mean, if that's the direction they want to go, I'd ride that ride.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie Ghost Ship?
Horror movie from like maybe 20 years ago. That one.
Yeah.
The one where the only good part's the opening scene.
Yes, exactly what I was gonna say.
Yep, I've seen that.
But that opening scene is fucking boss.
Yeah, it is pretty great. That's one of those where you're like, oh, sweet, we're in for a ride, and then the rest of the movie happens.
Yeah, the rest of it's just like this boring ghost story.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the ride. You see some sharks. Like it's just a projection of like a shadow of some sharks talking. And now you're headed up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where there's a big animatronic. I think, is the shark's name Bruce, or am I just thinking of Jaws?
It's Bruce.
Okay. Bruce
Unless
is
I'm
busting
also
through the
thinking
side.
of Jaws.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
It definitely...
I think it's Bruce.
Nothing else is in my brain, so it
Nope.
it either is Bruce or I'm just a complete idiot.
Yeah.
Oh no, here it is in the description. They meet the sharks and their chief, Bruce.
Perfect.
The sunken submarine surrounded by an army of jellyfish. I didn't see that.
I mean, that
jellyfish
vaguely sounds familiar, but I might also just be thinking of the Finding Nemo submarine ride at Disneyland, which I don't enjoy.
Hate that ride. Absolutely hate it.
I've been on record before saying that entire corner of the park needs to be redeveloped. Get rid of Autopia, Sorry Tony, and Finding Nemo. Like, get rid of those two and put in something good.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe put a Tron coaster.
Anything.
Did you like the Tron light cycle ride?
I haven't been on it. I haven't been to.
Oh, that's right.
I haven't been to Florida yet since they put it in. So I heard it's uncomfortable if you're like taller than about 5'10". It's.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I wanted to get the opinion of somebody else who was about my height.
Yeah. No, I think we're planning to go back to Florida in the next couple of years. for the only reason to go to Florida, which is Disney World.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Although Epic Universe.
Okay. Theme parks.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go back once Villains Land opens. I think that'll be
that'll be cool. That'll
my
be cool.
reason to go back. So you come out of the sunken submarine, and you get to the top. And did it stop for you right here? Because in this video, it looks like it stops.
I honestly don't remember.
I remember stopping, but it was because the ride broke down.
I think that there's a brief pause, just kind of a here we go type pause,
Yeah, because there's a light projection that is like making you look like you're starting to go through a current.
Right.
But I remember the lights being on and us just looking right down the track that we just came up. And like I turned to my girlfriend and I was like, I think we're gonna go back that way.
Oh, like the Everest coaster at Animal Kingdom?
Yeah. I thought we were gonna like get to the top and wait a beat and then like go back down and like go back faster.
Right. So the pause was like them switching tracks or something.
Yeah, and so I'm like sitting there waiting, and then like I kept waiting and I was like, oh no, the ride's just broken. But did not get a walk off. Still have not done a walk off. Have you ever done a walk off?
No, I haven't even been I don't think I've ever been on a ride that's broken while we're on it.
Really?
Yeah. Which is surprising.
Yeah, that's some impeccable luck right there. We were
definitely
on Haunted Mansion for I don't know, it felt like 10 minutes, but
I've definitely been in line multiple times when you're within sight of loading and they just shut it down.
Yeah.
There have been entire trips where we don't even get on Indiana Jones because it just every time we head that way it breaks. So
I pretty sure I told this on the Haunted Mansion episode, but we were literally like on the porch next to people in.
Yeah.
And they were like, sorry guys, ride's broken. Piss off.
Yeah, go away.
And they were like, we can't honor your lightning lane. Sorry. And so we were like, well then we're staying. Like,
yeah. We're going to be in the front of the line.
Because usually if the ride breaks down and you use the lightning lane, they'll give you like a free lightning lane for any other ride.
Right.
But they were just like, nah, you're out of luck. And so we waited, and finally they were like, okay, fine, we'll honor your lightning lane. Just go away.
Was that at California?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't going to do it in the first place, but
yeah.
So like I said, there's this pause, and you see this projection that makes it look like a current is going, and then eventually you take off, and now we're on the roller coaster part. Mm-hmm. And this is when the ride really starts to spin.
Right.
Because you're going faster, so obviously, centrifugal force.
Right. So I think it felt uncontrolled, like, they just take the locks off the center portion and it just spins, but I'm pretty sure it's controlled spinning.
You think so?
You know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm just coping right now.
I'm real curious because I can't tell.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what this says. The attraction employs several instances of new technology developed by Imagineering, including digital video production effects. Blah 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 blah. Nothing about spinning.
I type in, is Crush Coaster controlled? I was going to say controlled spinning, and Google's like, no, Crush Coaster is not controlled by an AI. I'm like, why would they be? It is uncontrolled free spinning cars rather than a programmed or braked spin.
It is, okay.
So it's determined by gravity, momentum, and like the weight in the car, which would explain why we were spinning so much, because we had the two adults on one side and the two like barely teenage girls on the other. So
yeah, that'll do it.
So this is going to be a side tangent, but speaking of weight distribution, we went to Disneyland, California, Miriam and I, without the girls, probably, 12 years ago. So they were super young, but actually it might've been before they were born. Not part of the story. We went by ourselves and we went on the Grizzly Rapids ride, the big giant round boat. And it was October or something. So the park was pretty calm. And we get on this boat and it's us and like two 12-year-olds, and they sit us on opposite sides of the boat, right? Because of weight distribution. All fine until we go down the waterfall. We get to the top of the waterfall, and as we go over, like the two of us swing directly to the bottom. We're going down the waterfall backwards and hit the water, and the wave breaks over our heads.
Oh, yep.
Because all of the weight was right there. So, yeah, that was the last. I was like, you don't get to pick rides anymore. Like, sorry, I get veto power from this point on.
Yeah, I don't ever get to ride Grizzly River Run because my girlfriend doesn't want to get wet. So
I don't mind getting wet if I'm expecting it and we have a plan afterwards.
I think that's a big part of it. Yeah, you either need to like have a poncho or like bring a change of clothes or something.
This time a poncho would not have helped. It was literally like we went underwater.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was bad.
I remember I went with my friend Kevin Nesgoda, who's been on the show a couple times, and I told him, I was like, don't sit next to the opening, like sit in the middle, because that's where you're going to get the most wet, is all that water's going to come through the little opening and just soak your feet. And so I get in and I sit in the middle, and the cast member goes, move all the way in. I was like, no, I don't want to.
I'll just move off the boat onto the other side.
They can step over me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully when I go in October this year, I'll be able to go. My niece and nephew hopefully will want to go and get a little wet with me.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have to. Just tell them it's a requirement.
Yeah. Just bring a poncho.
Yeah, exactly.
But of course, they're both tiny, so I might have the same problem you had.
Right. We started packing Crocs for the girls. And so if we go on a water ride, they switch into their Crocs and we put shoes and stuff in the backpack. And then when they get off, they switch back. And that's worked pretty well.
I actually was just reading the other day, somebody said that Crocs are like the best shoes for Disney.
Oh, I bet they are.
Are they that comfy?
Everybody swears by them. I don't have any. Well, that's not true. I had a pair and I wore them for like a year, and then I left them on the porch in the sun and they shrunk. So that was weird.
I didn't know that was possible.
They're literally like 3 sizes smaller now. But I can see where they're breathable and like waterproof and everything. So,
well, and apparently they're just like cushy and like you can take 20,000 steps like you do every day at Disney and not face any repercussions.
Right. Not hobble back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't bring myself to.
No, I refuse.
Yeah.
I refuse.
They're just so ugly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the video for the next part of this ride is literally just darkness.
Yeah. Flashing lights.
Yeah. And like the video almost makes it look like you go upside down. That's how just chaotic it is. But you do not. There's no inversions in this ride.
No inversions. I seem to remember several 180-degree turns that come pretty fast. Like you whip around those corners at good speed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple like really good kind of not hairpin turns, but pretty sharp turns. And yeah, on a spinning coaster, you're gonna hit those, especially if there's 2 adults on one side and 2 children on the other.
Yeah, so you come into them real hot, and then that weight just whips you around the corner, and then you spin around. So
what did the girls think of this ride?
They liked it. I don't know that they go on it again. Like it's not one of their top 10, but they enjoyed it. They like Space Mountain and stuff, so it's up their alley.
And what did Miriam think?
Oh, she loved it, of course.
Yeah. Is there any ride she doesn't like?
I'm sure that there is, but it's probably anything that just spins. Like the teacup, she can't do the teacups.
Okay.
Or the Dumbo ride or anything like that that's just like circles, she can't do. But other than that, she's pretty much
What about Roger Rabbit?
I don't know. It's a good question. We didn't go on it the last couple times.
That might be your answer.
Because we had the choice between Roger Rabbit and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And so obviously we chose Mickey and Minnie's.
Yeah.
So
have you seen the rumors that Roger Rabbit might be going away?
I didn't.
Yeah, apparently the rights reverted back to the creator. And he's like trying to pitch a remake. So
interesting.
Yeah, but apparently Disney still owns the rights to the original movie.
Okay.
And so they can still use Roger Rabbit, but they may end up just changing the IP to something.
I say it kind of feels like it's getting to that point where kids are like, "What is this ride? Like, what's a Roger Rabbit?"
That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we've had any new Roger Rabbit content in 30 years.
Yeah.
The rumor I saw was that they might do a DuckTales ride.
I mean, I'm not going to be upset by that.
Yeah, I'm curious if they would keep the same mechanics and just kind of retheme it, or if they would actually just like do a whole new ride.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely cheaper to just retheme it, you'd think.
You'd think, yeah. Although,
So,
what would the vehicles be? Would you just keep it a cab? That doesn't
uh,
really fit with Ducktales.
no, don't they fly in an airplane in DuckTales?
Well, yeah,
They have
there's
the
launch pads.
pilot. Yeah.
Yeah, launch pad. Yeah,
So change them to little airplanes or something. I don't know.
but they don't take off. Did Scrooge have a car?
I don't remember.
I feel like I remember
he's
him
the
having
richest.
like a yeah,
He's the richest
he's rich as shit.
duck
He
in the
must.
world, right?
I feel like I remember him having like yeah, he had like a well they call it a limousine, but it's not like a stretch limousine.
It's like a town car.
Yeah, and he had the
Interesting.
driver. What was the butler's name? Duckworth.
Of course.
Even though he's a dog.
Yeah, it's the same logic of Goofy being a dog who owns a dog named Pluto. It's best not to think about it.
Like in the movie Stand By Me, when they're just like, he can't be a dog. He drives a car and wears clothes.
Exactly. Then what is he? Is he
I
an
just
elf?
recently found out that Pete is a cat.
What? No, he's a dog.
I thought he was a dog too.
I'm starting to wonder if Walt Disney had ever actually seen real animals.
Or if he just did drugs.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm actually surprised more of them aren't like racist stereotypes, to be honest with you.
well, yeah, that's true, given
I
the
mean,
era.
and the man.
That's all hearsay and rumors. I don't think I believe it.
I just think it was like the 20s and everybody was pretty racist at the time. So
That's what I think too. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't think he was any more or less. I don't think he was a Nazi.
no,
And I don't think he was hateful. I think it was just like those were the times,
Right.
you know.
yeah. Tell you
Probably
what,
had some things to say about dames too.
we'll go get his head from the castle. We'll thaw it out. We'll ask him ourselves.
Yep, we'll put it on a robot like in Futurama.
Exactly. Put him there next to Nixon.
Okay, so like me and Max did a whole episode about all those weird conspiracy theories and stuff. You don't
Yeah.
think his head is actually frozen, do
No.
you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you think there's anybody in the world that's actually cryogenically frozen?
There was a baseball player. I think it was Roger Maris, who like his family had it done. I don't think anybody's ever going to be able to be like thawed,
Yeah.
but I think that people have definitely tried cryogenics.
Are you looking it up?
Yep.
Yeah, I think maybe like for a short period of time, but yeah, not for like years and decades.
Right. There's too much like cellular damage and stuff.
Yeah. Because it's not like frozen food just doesn't go bad.
Right. Like, oh, it was Ted Williams, supposedly.
Okay.
So he had his body and head cryogenically preserved by the Alcor Life Extension Foundation in Arizona. His head is stored separately in a steel container with liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen. Oh, wow.
Yeah. His will stated he wanted to be cremated, but his kids were like, nah, we're going to freeze you.
We got to keep you around for some reason.
Yeah. But like, okay, so I don't know. They're like, in the future, when technology gets better, I'm like, we got a long ways to go. Like AI still can't spell things right. So
okay. Anyway, that was quite the aside.
That's what happens when we don't prepare.
Yeah.
And also when we do prepare.
True that, yeah.
Yeah.
And also we're still just going through the dark.
Right.
So
I would compare it to it is similar to Space Mountain in that it's the dark with the flashing lights and you're moving probably not as fast as it feels like, but you're definitely moving pretty fast. But it's definitely more contained. There's not as much verticality as there is in Space Mountain. So that might be part of why you feel like you're moving faster is because you're hitting the turns quicker. There's not as many straightaways and stuff. So,
well, and the spinning, I'm sure, probably has a lot to do with it too.
oh yeah, 100%.
Because just when you're spinning, it's gonna make you feel like you're going faster because you can't really like ever kind of ground yourself and be like, oh, this is how fast I'm going, because
Right.
even just going backwards makes it feel faster.
Oh yeah, because you can't see what's going on. I mean, not that you can anyways, because it's dark, but
Yeah. And I mean, the ride just kind of ends. You just come out of the dock warehouse kind of thing, and you're back at the entrance. So yeah, I'd love to describe the ride a little more, but it's so much of it is in the dark.
right,
And I think you're right. It's Space Mountain's a good. It's like Little Mermaid, and then turns into Space Mountain.
right, with the teacup ride in the middle.
Yeah, it's you took a teacup and put it in Little Mermaid,
Mm,
and then took that and put it inside Space Mountain.
perfect description.
Yep.
One thing I think that they should add for people like me is maybe have a way to slow down the spinning. So you can have it like be completely uncontrolled, or you could just like, I don't know, partially break it, but that would probably ruin the experience a little bit for people. So
Yeah, and on that note, I mean, going back to Roger Rabbit, they apparently took out the ability to spin it yourself.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, like even the notice on the wheel thing, it used to say that you could spin it yourself, and they took out all reference to it whatsoever.
Huh. That's super weird.
Yeah, I don't really know why, and it's a bummer because I have this video of me and Tony just going crazy.
I wonder if they had to clean up people being sick one too many times. They're like, yeah, we're done with this.
Possibly, that
Little kids.
could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Or
kids
maybe
and 42-year-old men.
yeah, that could be the stuff that breaks all the time too. And so maybe they were just like,
Yeah.
it breaks too much. It's easier to just lock them down. And
So I wonder how much it spins now.
I don't know. We'll have to go check it out.
I guess so. Yeah.
Research.
I need to form an LLC so I can write all these trips off.
Yeah, you should.
Do you guys have any trips coming up?
Not as a family. I think Miriam's going with a couple of her friends for just like a one-dayer in the fall. Like they're literally like flying in Friday night, going on Saturday, flying home Sunday morning.
To California or Florida?
California.
Okay.
And then we are planning to go Florida, not next year, but I believe the year after. We have this thing where we decided we're going to go to Disney parks on Leap Day every year because it's a free day. Like an extra day. It's not free, obviously.
I was going to say, what?
No. Not free in terms of cost, just free in terms of like it's an extra day of the year. Why not spend it at Disney? So
yeah, real life is for March.
Exactly. So I think that's our next one planned. And then we are going to try to hit Tokyo and Hong Kong within the next 4 or 5 years. But
nice.
With the way gas prices have been going, that might be a while.
Yeah.
2028 is when we would go because that's the next leap year. So,
and hopefully some things change in this country in 2028.
I realize this is an audio medium. You can't see me crossing my fingers, but crossing my fingers.
He was crossing his fingers. I can verify.
Yep.
Do you guys stay on property?
Depends. So when we went to Paris, we did because there's not much else around. And it was like, we stayed there and you get the extra park tickets for staying there. Like it's the whole package deal anyways. We stayed there for 3 days and got 5 days worth of park tickets, which was nice.
Oh, nice.
When we go to Florida, we stay on property again, cause there's nothing around. But when we go to California, it's usually off property cause you can find pretty cheap motels, hotels, and it's not like you're spending a bunch of time there anyways.
Yeah.
If we had like little kids and we were going for a while, we probably would stay on one of the property just because it's easier to get in and out. You can go back for naps or whatever. But now that they're older, we go all day. So we just stay wherever's cheapest.
Yeah. And there's so many just within walking distance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Where do you usually stay in Florida?
Well, we've only been once as a family. So Miriam and I went there before we had kids and we stayed like so far away off property in some place that took like 45 minutes by shuttle, but it was like $30 a night. So we're like,
oh shit,
yeah, it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we went, what was the name of that hotel? I don't remember what it was called. It had like Herbie the Love Bug in it and a couple of other things.
Oh,
It's called like
which one that is.
Hold on. Disney.
I want to stay at the Polynesian.
That looks like fun. I want to stay at the Star Wars one.
Didn't they get rid of that?
Yeah, but I still want to stay there. Like the idea of it is great. Oh, we stayed at the it's called the Art of Animation. So I don't know why Herbie the Love Bug was there.
Yeah, that's weird.
So but that one's really nice because they have shuttles that come like every 10 minutes that go to all 5 of the parks, or however many parks are, four parks. So you don't have to go to Magic Kingdom and then go from there. You can go straight to wherever you're headed.
That's nice.
That was nice. Yeah.
Back to Disneyland Paris. The Marvel Hotel looked really cool.
It did. We stayed right across the street at the it's the Toy Story themed one. What's it called? I don't remember. But that's when we stayed at. And our shuttle went by the New York City Marvel one every day, and I'm like, that one looks like fun. For sure.
Yeah, we stayed at I think it was called the Santa Fe. It was the Cars themed one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we could walk to the park, and we would walk right by all the statues of like the Marvel. Yeah. There was like a Ms. Marvel and Spider-Man statue and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That hotel just felt like a kid's bedroom.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I imagine Toy Story was probably something pretty similar.
Toy Story is mostly just like Western themed.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was very much like focused on the Woody and Jesse side of it, not so much the Buzz. But yeah,
that's funny. The Cars one was like pretty Western themed too. Like I said, I think it's called the Santa Fe. There's a volcano. Like,
yeah, it's all like red and adobe, like it's in the desert somewhere. Yeah,
and there's like a cantina.
Yeah,
it's like a Mexican restaurant. I was just like, what is this place?
We had our hotel in Paris had a buffet, like a full on like all you can eat buffet, which was pretty cool. Not cheap, but cool.
Yeah.
And then it had a Starbucks.
Of course it did.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else about Crush's coaster? There's got to be some more stuff to talk about. We're only at 45 minutes.
I mean, that's about it. There's not, like you said, there's not a ton to the ride. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's not like more characters though.
Yeah, they really just focus on the turtle.
Yeah, you only see Nemo for like, I don't know, half a second.
Yeah, I wonder if that just like translates really well to French or something.
I think it was in English, isn't it?
I don't remember.
I want to say.
Yeah, I really don't remember.
Most of the rides were in English or French and English.
Well, I just mean like maybe the character of Crush was like super popular. Like they got that humor because it doesn't rely a lot on like verbal nuance or anything. It's kind of just like, oh, everybody, even in France, they know what a big dumb stoner is.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so here's some stats for nerds because apparently people like this stuff. It has a duration of 1 minute and 55 seconds. It features a chain lift hill.
It felt a lot longer than that.
Yeah, like since it goes so slow for the first half.
Mm-hmm.
It like first of all that makes the second half feel that much faster.
Right.
But yeah, it also does make it feel longer.
Right. Like I would have said that was probably a 5 or 6 minute ride.
I also just find it funny that it just ends so quickly.
Yeah. You just like pop out of the dark and then you get out of the shell.
Yeah.
Because usually at the end of a ride like that, there's a little wrap up. You know, like Thunder Mountain, you kind of come to that straight away and you slow down. They're like,
yeah, you go through the little town.
Yeah. And here it's just like, get out next.
Have you been on Cosmic Rewind?
Which one is that?
It's the Guardians of the Galaxy ride in Florida.
No, I haven't been there yet.
It is so good. It might be my favorite Disney ride.
Okay, tell you what, we'll try to get to Disney World soon so that we can talk about all these rides that I haven't been on.
Okay.
I'll make a sacrifice just for the pod.
You'll sacrifice?
Yeah. Yep.
I guess you'll have to drag Miriam too.
Oh yeah, it's so tough.
But Cosmic Rewind is kind of like this ride grown up.
Okay.
It's not a free spinning, but it does spin, but it's like you'll get to a part of the ride and it'll like spin to show you something. You know, it'll have something on a screen and it'll turn and you'll kind of go sideways as you're watching something, and then you'll. It also has. I'll warn you now, so you don't get mad at me when you ride it. It has a reverse launch.
Okay. See, if I know about it, it's not going to be as bad, and I'm okay with that, like controlled spinning. You know.
Yeah.
100%. It's the uncontrolled when you have no way to control it or slow it down. I don't like that part.
I mean, you could kind of like, throw your body into it. Maybe that'll.
I guess.
You could try it.
Give it a shot.
Next time you're in Paris.
Yeah. So do you think that what was that one called? Cosmic Adventure?
Cosmic Rewind.
Cosmic Rewind. It's probably, like you said, it's all grown up because it's newer. So they kind of worked out some of the kinks and figured out what people like and what people don't like. And just ironed it all out. So.
Yeah, I mean, it might be that, or it might just be because it's Marvel, whereas this is Pixar, so this is kind of more geared towards kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we go. Here's a fun fact. Apparently, the original title of this attraction was Crush's Turtle Twister.
See, I would have preferred that because I'm like, oh, now I know what to expect.
That's a good point. But apparently it was changed because that was too much of a tongue twister, especially in French.
That makes sense.
The top tip that I'm reading here, and this is what you did, ride this thing first. Rope drop, Crush's coaster.
Yeah. So we had gone, the first day we were there, we got into the hotel mid-afternoon and we didn't want to go to sleep yet because we were trying to reset our clocks. So we just grabbed the shuttle over and just kind of walked the parks because we had free entry that day. And so we went to the Magic Kingdom side first, and then we were just like, oh, we'll just go check it out. And we went over and it was probably 6 or 7 at night and the wait was like 90 minutes. And so we're like, okay, whenever we do this, first thing in the morning, we're just going to go straight there and knock that out. So.
Yeah, this is going to be a long wait. I think pretty much the entire time we were in Disneyland Paris, this never dropped below an hour.
Yeah. And maybe we'll see what happens now that they open the rest of that park and there's like the Frozen stuff and the Lion King stuff. It might bring that wait time down.
Yeah, and they do have single rider too. They don't. Yes. I don't think they have a fast pass or lightning lane or whatever they use at Disneyland Paris, but you can do a single rider.
Yeah, there is no fast pass or anything.
Wait, in the whole park?
In that ride for sure.
Oh, okay.
I think that there is a fast pass system. I don't think we used it. No, we didn't use it.
I think they still call it fast pass.
I think they do. I don't think they have the whatever it's called, Genie Pass or.
No, it's lightning lane now.
Lightning. Okay. Sure. Lightning lane.
Genie. Boy, that didn't last long.
No. As soon as I get something figured out, they change it.
I didn't mind the Genie. I just didn't find it particularly useful. It was hey, we'll plan out your day for you. And I'm like, I don't need that.
We mostly got it for, because all of the official photographers were included.
Mm-hmm.
And so we take a ton of pictures. Miriam loves the Disney pictures.
Oh yeah.
So that was all included and they put it right on your account. So we hit like every photography stop possible.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the one thing we haven't talked about, other than, you didn't like the spinning, do you think this is worth the wait?
In terms of Disney attractions, yeah. I mean, although now that you mentioned that it's like 2 minutes long, maybe it's not. I don't know. But it feels like one of those things that like you kind of have to do if you're there. Like you're not going to go to Disneyland and not go on Pirates of the Caribbean, even if the wait is 2 hours. Like you're going to do it,
Yeah.
So, especially considering that it's the only place that ride exists. So,
I mean, yeah, it's just this, like I said, this was the longest wait time of any ride the entire time we were there.
Second longest wait, Peter Pan.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I think for us it was probably Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers was usually like maybe 20 minutes. Peter Pan was consistently 45 plus.
Really?
Yeah. It was
French love Peter Pan, huh?
I guess.
And it's a pretty similar ride, if I remember correctly.
It's pretty close to identical. There's a couple differences. I think it moves a little slower than the one in California, but other than that, like it's the same, the story beats are what they are.
I mean, even the one in California, though, always has a line, and I never really understood the fascination with that Peter Pan ride.
The only thing I can think is because you fly instead of, because like most of those rides in that area are like you sit in a car and you go through, and this one, you're up above, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Like, I like going on Peter Pan, but I'm not going to sit for more than like half an hour for it.
Right. That's usually one of those where it's like we jump in line, like we get food and then we jump in line and we like eat and relax and like, let the girls listen to something on their phone or play a game or something. And it's just kind of like a reset ride.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, let's go again. So.
Yeah. And honestly, I kind of feel like Crush's Coaster is the same way. Like it's a cool ride. It's fun, but for it to be the longest wait in the park, I just don't really understand.
Yeah. Well, and if we went back, I would definitely go on it again, especially now that I know what's coming.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's not like I went on it and I hated it. I just didn't expect the spinning. And, we did go on it first thing in the morning. So the only thing I had in my system, like we're in a different time zone, and the only thing I had was like really strong French coffee. So that was probably another part of my issue. But yeah, I would definitely go again.
I assume you didn't ride Avengers Flight Force.
No, I didn't do that one because that one goes upside down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, and then I was just like, you know what? Because we did that one after Crushes. I was like, I'm already a little off. Like, I'll just not do that one.
Yeah, back to back in those would be tough.
Yeah. So I went single rider through the Web Slinger instead. So
I have a love-hate relationship with Web Slinger.
Yeah. I always like the idea of it, and then I do it, and I'm like, this kind of sucks.
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's cool. You get to be Spider-Man. You get to shoot webs. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now it's over. Like, if we're doing the interactive rides, I much prefer Midway Mania.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know what the hell I'm aiming at on Web Slingers. And then I get off the ride and I'm like, oh, fuck, my forearms are so worn out.
You look like Mark McGuire, like full steroid era, just like pumped forearms,
like Popeye,
right? Veins popping out everywhere.
And I also like think I'm doing really well, and then I look down and I'm at like 45,000 points. I'm like, oh, 45,000, I'm kicking ass. And I look at the 8-year-old next to me and he's got 170,000. I'm like, oh shit.
Exactly.
But I think Flight Force might be my favorite ride at Disneyland Paris.
Yeah.
Also,
I know
their Thunder Mountain is real good.
Their Thunder Mountain is, I think, my favorite ride at any Disney park.
It's real good.
Yeah. Part of it is too, I mean, it's a good roller coaster, but it's also like twice as long as any other ride. Like, it's really long, so you definitely get your weight. Like, the wait is worth it.
Yeah, and it goes in the dark.
It goes in the dark multiple times. There's like 3 drops. Yeah. So good.
I also feel like the wait, like the line moved really quickly.
Yeah. That one, I don't think the line was ever more than like maybe 20 minutes. And then I think the trains just, maybe because it's longer, they can get more people in the ride.
I was going to say, I think because the capacity is so high that it moves along, which is a problem with Crush's Coaster. You only got 4 people per shell.
Right. And it takes a second to load because they have to get in and lock down their harness and everything.
The lap bar, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, this is just a lap bar. No seat belts, no harnesses, no dirty yellow straps to pull on.
Yeah. Which is an indication that, like, yeah, it spins, but it's not, like, that bad if you're not fully harnessed in. If it's just a lap bar, you're fine.
Oh, if I get in a ride and there's a harness and they tell me it doesn't go upside down, I'm scared.
Right. Yeah.
Like, why do I need to be buckled down if I'm not going upside down? Are you saying I'm going to fly right off this thing?
Right. Getting dropped or something.
Yeah. Uh, but you don't do upside down rides at all, right?
No, I not a good idea. I would get pretty sick pretty quick. So.
I am like limited. I can only do I can do Incredicoaster. That's about my limit.
And having said that, I haven't been on an upside down ride in, I don't know, forever. So maybe I would be fine, but I just don't want to risk it. I feel like throwing up at Disney kind of ruins the whole day.
Yeah. But so you didn't do Space Mountain in Paris?
I did not, because you warned me that one goes upside down, which I didn't remember until we were almost at the front of the line. And I was like, there's something about this ride. I'm like, what did Taylor say? It's like, oh, right, it goes upside down. I'm just going to hold the backpack. I'll be over here.
I'm going to go ahead and just step out.
Right.
So what was you? Oh, you said Thunder Mountain was your favorite ride in Paris.
I think that was my favorite. Yeah. I thought their Pirates was good too.
Yeah, their Pirates
was a little bit different. But yeah.
That's the thing I'm most curious about in Hong Kong.
Like how different their Pirates is?
Yeah, I have heard their Pirates is amazing.
Well.
So I'm waiting on you to go, because you got to come back and tell me all about it.
Okay, I'll let you know what the plan is. I'll talk to the director of activities.
The cruise director?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like screen elements, and there's like a part where it's simulated to go underwater. I think there might be a Kraken involved.
I mean, that sounds pretty amazing.
Right?
Not gonna lie.
And allegedly, the new Avengers, or what's that stupid movie? Avatar ride that's going in California uses like the same kind of track and stuff. It's basically just that ride rethemed.
Okay.
So we'll see, but I also just don't give a shit about Avatar.
Yeah. I think we talked about this already. We went to the Avatar land in Florida, and the one where you just sit in the boat and it like takes you down the river was awful.
I hated that ride. I almost fell asleep, like legitimately.
Yeah. The one where you like straddle, like you're almost like on a motorcycle, and you sit on it and it's like you're flying one of those bat dinosaur creatures that they fly in that movie. That one was pretty spectacular because it's all like 3D and the whole thing moves and it feels like you're flying. But again, I don't care about the movie. Like I've seen them both and I'm like, okay, those were pretty.
Yeah, I have only seen the first one, and I just didn't care.
So you've seen the second one, but that one's in the water.
Oh, okay.
Like they're pretty similar.
Is there a third one, or is there going to be a third one?
No, it's out. Like
it is out.
Last year. Yeah, it's probably on Disney Plus.
Probably. I have heard like no hype for it whatsoever.
Yeah, he was supposed to make like 5 of them total.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to ride whatever the other ride is, not the boat one, but the other one. I didn't get a chance to do that one, even though I heard how great it was. And part of it was I was there with my girlfriend's whole family. And so it was like corralling kids and stuff. But then there was also a big part where I was just like, Avatar, whatever.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't care about the movie. The ride was pretty good though. So
it does not seem like there's a lot of excitement for the Avatar ride in California.
No, and it seems so weird that they're going all in on it.
Yeah, is it going to be like a whole land? Like in Florida? Or is it just the one ride?
I hope it's just the one ride. But
and what are your thoughts on Monsters, Inc. that it's replacing? A lot of people seem kind of upset about it. I ignore that whole corner of the park every time I go.
I've never been on that ride.
Me neither.
So, yeah, I don't know. A lot of those Pixar movies kind of missed me.
See, I love the movie. I love Monsters, Inc., but that ride I always just thought it was like a kiddie dark ride. And so I was like...
No, shoot. We did go on that last time we were there. That tells you how much of an impression it made on me, which was none.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of people are upset it's going away, but I just...
Yeah.
It wasn't... I would rather see it replaced by something better.
Yeah. And that's part of what Disney does well is the churn of attractions. Like there's pretty much, if you go every few years, not all the time like us sickos, but if you go every few years, there's almost always something new to do.
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty smart about that.
Well, yeah, there was the whole Walt Disney quote about how like Disneyland is always evolving and changing or whatever it was that he said.
Right.
All right, Rob. Well, thank you for doing this. As always, great to see you again. And talk to you later. Bye.
Your attention, please. This episode of Wild Mouse has concluded. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast player, and follow us on social media at Wild Mouse Podcast. Don't forget to visit the gift shop at wildmousepodcast.com. For exclusive bonus content, become a premium pass holder at patreon.com/wildmousepodcast. We hope you enjoyed your time and will visit us again soon. Thank you and good night.